Where does your career stand right now?
Obviously, your arm's in a sling. Is there a prognosis on the injury?
No, we haven't been able to get an X-ray, but they think there might be some maybe nerve damage to the bicep. I don't know. I would rate the performance. I think it was a good performance, but there's definitely a lot of room to improve. Vitor had me second guessing myself. I just got to get more comfortable in the octagon. I worked so hard on my stand-up and so hard on my wrestling and things. I definitely need to embrace Jiu-Jitsu more and be a person who practices what I preach. I definitely preach being a mixed martial artist and being passionate about all martial arts. But I can admit that Jiu-Jitsu isn't something that I do every day. So I thought my top game looked really poor. I think the ground and pound was pretty good. That's something that Greg Jackson really prides themselves on, is having good ground and pound. Striking was fair. And as far as getting fans behind me again, I think I have a lot of fans behind me. Obviously, there's going to be people who support you, and there's going to be people who want to see you fall, and that just goes with being in the position that I am in. But the biggest thing is just to focus on the people who is pulling for you, rooting for you, and want to see you make it, and just focus on them.
We've had a lot of fights where you just rolled over the guy. This one, you obviously had to work and pay for it. Do you take any extra pride in this one that you did overcome something, something like whatever happened?
Yeah, definitely. I just remember going into the second round, thanking God that I had gotten out of that armbar, and also thanking God for the adversity. It was like I worked so hard on my cardio this time, so I think when you're out of shape, it creates like frustration and confusion in there. But when you can breathe clearly, you think really clearly. And I honestly thank God when I sat down for having a hurt arm, just to prove to myself, prove to my coaches that all the speeches and all the stories that they tell me about warriors, just to be able to prove that I can be a warrior as well. So I'm just grateful to be able to come back with something.
For John in the back over here, Vitor said that when he felt your arm pop, he eased up a little bit on the arm bar, maybe instinctually. Did you notice that, and did you capitalize on that?
If Vitor eased up, that's just a testament to what type of person he is. He's just a phenomenal person, and I really, really respect the light in him. He's just an awesome, awesome person. So that's just a testament to what type of guy he is. He's a warrior, but if he did ease up, something inside of him, I tell him to do that. That's just a testament to him. So hats off to Vitor for just being that classy of an individual. In there, I felt as if there was a point where I don't think physically he could have extended it even more. I mean, it was popping, and I felt, after 25 years, I've never felt that feeling before. And I just came to terms with what was going to happen. I was just thinking, man, I can't believe I'm getting ready to lose this way. I don't think it could really extend too much farther than what it did, and it was pretty numb after that had happened. And I think I remember the first time I actually punched with it, I just felt like it had no power on it. I was just like, that felt funny, But yeah, so man, just hats off to Vitor, man. I'm just so honored to fight him. He's just such an amazing guy.
Good try, Ariel.
With what?
Good try.
With what?
No, nothing. Go ahead and ask this question.
Valid question. John, your walkout song was an interesting one. It was "Could You Be Loved" by Bob Marley. What kind of message are you trying to send there?
I fight out of love, and I try to fight for the people who respect me and love me, and I knew I was going to get booed, but I honestly thought as if the crowd turned around and people were clapping. You can't be mad. You get booed with Bob Marley singing. So it worked out for sure.
The interview with Joe Rogan that aired on the prelims, I guess, that the DUI set you free, and I was just wondering if you could kind of clarify what you meant by that. I mean, how did it set you free, so to speak?
Well, I just look at it as a blessing. It's like I've made a lot of dumb decisions in my life, and I really don't know how to answer that question. It's just a blessing in disguise, man. It's made me grow so much as a man. It made me grow as a father and as a husband. I've just done a lot of stupid things, and I was getting away with a lot of stupid things, and just going through it and realizing the seriousness of the world and how everything could have been changed for my life really motivated me and to do things better, do things right, grow up. I meant what I said, and I'm just really grateful for, being here, being alive, and being able to grow and take things a little more serious.
And in the fight itself, were you surprised that Vitor wanted to be on his back, against you after what you were able to do after the armbar in the first round, and then given your reputation for ground and pound?
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised. Vitor has a black belt under Carlson Gracie, and that's a very respectable black belt. So I knew he believed in himself. That was one of the intimidating things about Vitor, outside of his big muscles. He's a guy who truly believes in himself. When he pulled guard, it was something that he would do back in his prior days too. He pulled guard a lot. So I wasn't surprised that he did it, and I wasn't surprised that he believed in himself off his bat.
All right.